Chinese President Xi Jinping has broken with tradition by not including an heir in his new leadership team. Xi led out his new 7-member standing committee. They're the country's most powerful leaders. His second in charge remains in place, while the 5 others are newcomers. On Tuesday, the Communist Party voted to enshrine Xi's name and political ideology into its constitution. It makes him the most powerful leader since Chairman Mao. Well, for more on what this means for China, let's bring in Kerry Brown, who's a professor of Chinese studies at King's College London. So this failure then to declare a successor raises questions, doesn't it, over whether President Xi intends to rule beyond 2022?
Yes, I mean, it shows that he's consolidated his power and that he's very central in this leadership. There are actually in the full Politburo, that's 24 rather than the 7 in the Standing Committee. There are younger kind of officials who may well be able to step in. There's plenty of options for him to elevate, or for the current leaders to sort of elevate someone in amongst their number. So, I wouldn't kind of read a huge amount, too much into it. It depends really on what the political circumstances are in 4 years' time when the next Congress will be in preparation. If he looks powerful and strong and he succeeded in delivering the big things that he and his leaders now need around him to deliver, then he may well be able to stay on. But at the moment, certainly it's a step in that direction, but we can't say it's absolutely decisive.
Yeah, it's a break with tradition, isn't it? Because I believe that to be the leader of the party, you've got to be a member of that standing committee. Could he elevate anyone before those 4 years are up?
He could. There are unwritten rules, but unwritten rules can, of course, be easily changed. And they're in a very sort of, China is in a very specific moment of its development. So the idea really is now to have caution. All of these leaders around him in the Standing Committee are the right age. They've got the right experience. They have kind of served their time in order to get where they are. So, it's kind of a very cautious leadership change. And it is possible that once a couple of big achievements are in the kind of done, then someone could join them. That is possible.
A lot was made, wasn't it, of the Xi ideology that's been written into the constitution. How does that differ from what's gone before? And do you know what people are making of it within China? So
since 1945, there hasn't been a person's thought. Mao Zedong's thought was added to the kind of party constitution in 1945 before the party even came to power. So, yeah, symbolically, this is very, very big. What does it mean? Well, for most Chinese people, of course, they're not that interested in ideology. What it means for Xi Jinping is he's got this kind of political capital that he can certainly use. And it actually means that the party is quite coherent in its approach to how it's going to deal with problems. It's got a coherent kind of manifesto, a coherent thought system. So that's what we can really say from this, that there is discipline and coherence for the party to do what it needs to do, which is to deliver a big amount of promises it's made over the last 5 years about people's living conditions, people's prosperity, clean environment, all of these things. And that's a huge task. So whether it will be able to really get them to achieve those things or not, that's another matter.
Professor Kerry Brown, thank you.